So the fallout has been swift. It has been harsh from some. In fact, we continue to hear from numerous Republicans already today pulling endorsements, others calling for Trump to drop out. Mr. Trump releasing a video, as I mentioned, around midnight last night with this message of apology.
I've never said I'm a perfect person, nor pretended to be someone that I'm not. I've said and done things I regret, and the words released today on this more than a decade-old video are one of them. Anyone who knows me knows these words don't reflect who I am. I said it, I was wrong, and I apologize.
In total, that apology runs about 1 minute 30 seconds. You will hear all of it eventually during our program today. But first, I want to give the senior national correspondent, John Roberts. He is also live in St. Louis. And John, a lot to catch up on just in the past hour. What are you hearing from the Trump team? Let's start there.
Bill, good afternoon to you. Donald Trump is making the rounds now, doing a lot of interviews, and he is beginning to fight back now. You mentioned the Wall Street Journal. He also told the Washington Post just a short time ago that he will never withdraw. The correspondent Robert Costa, who interviewed Donald Trump, saying in a couple of tweets, quote, "They're not going to make me quit. They can't make me quit." Also saying, "I have never quit in my life. I give you my word that I am never leaving." Martha mentioned this a second ago. Let's put it up on the screen. A tweet from Donald Trump. This is the first time that he's taken to Twitter since releasing that apology last night, saying, "Certainly has been an interesting 24 hours, exclamation point." How did we get to this point? It was in 2005. He was doing a piece for Access Hollywood, traveling along in a bus with the host, Billy Bush. The two of them were both mic'd up. We've seen this happen before. Donald Trump perhaps not thinking that he was being recorded when he said, among other things, this.
I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and she was married. I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. I moved on her like a but I couldn't get there, and she was married. And all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony and she's totally changed her look.
Now, the consequences of this are instantaneous and far-reaching. One of the biggest casualties this afternoon, Donald Trump was supposed to make a highly publicized appearance on stage in Elkhorn, Wisconsin, with the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. This was a personal favor that the RNC chairman, Reince Priebus, called in with the speaker to say, "We've known each other for 20 years. I need to have the picture of you and Donald Trump and several other candidates on the stage at the same time." This whole thing blew up yesterday with the speaker disinviting Donald Trump. Mike Pence will now take his place. The Speaker of the House saying, quote, "I am shocked by what I heard today. Women are to be championed and revered, not objectified." And the dam has burst now in the number of Republicans who are abandoning Donald Trump. Jason Chaffetz from Utah, who reluctantly came to support Donald Trump, tweeted out, quote, "I can no longer endorse Donald Trump for the presidency." He has since been followed by Senator Mike Crapo of Idaho, Kelly Ayotte, and others. John Huntsman, the former governor of Utah, also a presidential candidate, calling for Trump to drop out of the race. Some of the more usual suspects also joining that chorus, Senator Mark Kirk, Senator Mike Lee, and Carly Fiorina, who just a little while ago said that Trump should drop out and leave the door open for Mike Pence to become the nominee. Trump and his campaign have tried to stem the bleeding, and it is profuse. It is an arterial wound. There is no question about that. More from last night's apology here now.
I have gotten to know the great people of our country, and I've been humbled by the faith they placed in me. I pledge to be a better man tomorrow and will never, ever let you down.
So one of the big questions, is Speaker Ryan completely done with Donald Trump, or could he maintain his support and maybe even appear with him later in the campaign before the election? He may talk about that this afternoon when he appears in Elkhorn at the Fall Fest in Wisconsin. And another thing, Bill, that the Trump campaign is trying to do to fight back against this, of course, is point out the contents of those leaked emails regarding Hillary Clinton's speeches, pointing out that there were 10 things that Hillary Clinton did not want the world to know about. You can expect them to hammer that hard all day.
Looking at that right now. When is the next public appearance for Trump now, given that this Wisconsin event has been scaled back?
I think you're going to see him in a lot of, or at least a few interviews today. You'll hear him in interviews with newspapers. There's the chance he may do some television interviews as well. He won't be doing any campaign events before tomorrow night's debate. And one of the big questions, of course, Bill, is will this be a question that will be asked at the debate? I would expect that you would be remiss in your duties as a moderator if you didn't bring this up.
John, thank you.